Paul McCartney stepped into a reflective chapter of his career when he unveiled Home to Us, the second single from his forthcoming studio album, The Boys of Dungeon Lane. The song carries a special weight, not only because it introduces new material, but because it reunites him with his longtime bandmate Ringo Starr in a way they had never explored before. For the first time, the two share a true duet, blending their voices in a track that looks back on where it all began. The collaboration started in a simple, almost casual way. McCartney crossed paths with his producer Andrew Watt and mentioned the idea of involving Ringo. Soon after, Ringo dropped by the studio and laid down a drum track with little expectation beyond contributing a rhythm. Yet what followed surprised McCartney. Curious to hear how the session turned out, he listened to the early production and immediately felt the spark. The track had potential, and it deserved to become something more complete, something that would fully include Ringo's presence. From there, the idea evolved into a duet. McCartney saw an opportunity to create something meaningful, not just musically, but emotionally. He built the song around shared memories, tracing their early days as musicians and subtly nodding to their journey in the Beatles. The lyrics reflect humble beginnings, shaped by hardship and persistence, themes both artists understand deeply. The album itself began taking shape about 5 years ago, when McCartney started spending more time working with Watt, a producer known for collaborating with legendary rock figures like Iggy Pop, Ozzy Osbourne, and the Rolling Stones. That partnership helped guide the sound of the project, blending classic sensibilities with a modern touch. Excitement around the Boys of Dungeon Lane has steadily grown since its announcement, building anticipation among fans and the media alike. That excitement reached a new level when McCartney invited a small group of listeners into Abbey Road Studios, specifically Studio 2, for an intimate preview of the album. There, he shared stories behind the songs, offering insight into the creative process and the memories woven into each track. Home to Us stands out not only as a duet, but as a deeply personal piece. McCartney constructed the song around Ringo's life story, including his upbringing in Liverpool's tough neighborhoods. The narrative centers on the idea of rising from nothing and building a life through determination, even when circumstances feel overwhelming. That sense of origin, of a place that remains meaningful despite its hardships, becomes the emotional core of the song. The creative exchange between the two artists added another layer of depth. After receiving the initial version, Ringo returned it with a few added lines, unsure of how much he was meant to contribute. McCartney quickly clarified that he wanted him fully involved. They then merged their parts, alternating lines and shaping the performance into a genuine duet. It marked a milestone in their decades-long relationship. To complete the track, McCartney invited additional voices, bringing in Chrissie Hynde and Charlene Spiteri for backing vocals. Their contributions added warmth and texture, enhancing the song's emotional resonance.